As I said in the introduction, this month our success story takes us to Italy, to the firm SAME near Milan. We take a look at an industrial firm with whom Bull has been able to tie long-term links. Here's the report.
SAME is one of the world leaders on the agricultural tractor market. It represents $455 million of turnover, more than 55% of which are export earnings. And of course it is also a top reference customer for Bull Italy.
SAME is one of the biggest industrial clients managed by Bull Italia. It's a customer which has made a big effort to evolve its own data system. It's a customer which in the last 2 years has invested close to 6 billion lira in Bull in order to renew its information system.
For SAME, as for many other industries, production techniques change, starting with the management of information flows, and SAME intends to stay at the top.
We want to be the first in our industry to start this revolution. We're in an extremely competitive environment, and I believe that being the first in this area will give us a big competitive advantage, not only in terms of information, but also in terms of physical material flow.
Yet 4 years ago, SAME was faced with serious economic difficulties. The firm mobilized itself and decided on a radical reorganization program, starting with its information system.
We went from a situation based on a series of DPS-6 H62 mini-computers with absolutely no connection between them and even in separate buildings, with procedures that were incapable of dialoguing with each other. Because of that, we had to carry removable disks from one system to another so that the data system could do its job properly. The computer system obviously didn't have outstanding performance, with no integration and little adaptation. From there, we went to a DPS 7000 solution on a LAN network by means of 2 top-line DPS 6s. We used DSA networking software, which made it possible to use procedures developed in the GCOS-7 environment by recovering the procedures considered valid and which had been developed in the GCOS-6 environment. Thanks to this unique software, it was possible to link everything together, the computers of agents and SAME subsidiaries. As for application software, we worked on procedures and on SAME user programs with an absolute priority: production planning and procurement planning by using HMS software. All the other procedures were renewed at the same time by buying software for management of external tasks, as well as software for accounting and administrative management, human resources management, and spare parts management.
But SAME didn't stop there and decided to go even further in its strategy for reconquest.
SAME's computer requirements couldn't immediately be defined because the firm was literally starved for information systems. Every sector needed application programs, and the programs obviously had to be faster than those of the previous mechanisms.
So SAME was naturally interested in Unix.
Today we've made even more progress. We've approached Unix technology. We've already installed a Unix system in all our subsidiaries, 6 in Europe, and another one here at the center, where we'll install our most important hardware and where we'll receive information from our Unix colleagues throughout the rest of Europe. Our goal is to have faster, updated information in real time. Products which were normally perfected after a few days of trials and observation no longer interest us. They're already old hat. We need data that enable us to take decisions, to remedy any situations that are on the wrong track.
And to integrate GCOS and Unix, SAME chose Bull.
And we intend to do a lot more with our Unix systems. We intend to link all our numerical control machines in our factories so as to have real integration, oriented increasingly towards the possibilities of computer-integrated manufacturing.
At the start of these different projects, there was fierce competition between Bull and IBM. To counter an IBM proposal worth more than 10 billion lira, which was to be implemented only after 3 years, Bull came up with an alternative.
The key to Bull's success was that it worked alongside Sami people, not just as a simple supplier of hardware and software, but as a partner in the most important choices or in initiatives involving management. Bull was therefore able to very quickly build up the entire data system. Only 2 years were required to do that. But Sami staff were thus able to acquire project culture and become independent of the procedures used.
For in this profession, when you've finished, you have to start back at square one. Technology is hot on your heels, and to avoid being obsolete, as we were, we had to project our vision forward onto what our next undertakings should be.
So here are the main points. Users proposed a multimedia system for filing technical documents. The CP8 card for automating the technical manual of the tractors. CAD-CAM systems as a preliminary to CIM. And finally, a project for automating stocks in and out.
We have chosen Bull. I'm glad to say I've had some prior experience in all my life with one of your major competitors, in fact the biggest one in the world, and I was not completely happy because we looked really more for a partner than for a supplier-customer relationship. And it took us some time to convince Bull and to get on the same wavelength, but in the end I think we agreed on this common objective to make something not only normal, but to make something extraordinary.